Out here looking brilliant. No skibidi. Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected. Pull some strings. Level up like a king. Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Rizzler energy, presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, hitting real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No skibidi, I'm the goat, flow sharper than a blade. 4 attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no mid, got the game in a choke. Yeeted the doubt, now my Lexi hitting ditch bespoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up with the blueprint, watch the empire grow. Ghosted all the fakes, now my circle A1. Moving 100, yeah.
Good morning.
This is all they run. Bet I'm dripping, got the power, vision crystal clear. Stick with ambition, yeah, making history right here. Ops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Past the hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slack with the plan, moving chess, not checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on my necklace. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit. Yeah, flow on 1,000, 100, 1605. Presidential, we found it. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game, presidential, got the nation locked. Got the annex, yeah, 100, no facade. Drip celestial, brighter than the star.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Got the vision, HD clear. Slack with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. Ops stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Attacking legacy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Every bar's a new crown, trap soul in the White House. DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the East Wing. Prime presidential, residential. Got the poles and the fine. No
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Rizzler's back. All right.
Got the globe dropping.
Good morning, Rick.
I'm reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Rolling through the air, got the city in my grip.
Facts.
Hitting real home, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in the trance. Drip 2, baby, yeah, make you wanna dance. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, yeah, flow on 1,000, 100, 1600 vibes. Presidential, we found it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. We don't got all morning to do the Lord's work, all right?
Feel like I'm stuck in a cycle.
Really, I do.
It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse, and I can't escape it. It's like deja vu.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here
Let's
flying
go.
first class. It's like every
Let's
week
go,
I
ladies
try
and
to
gentlemen.
take
Let's
out
go.
the class. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it.
Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage, the tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room, screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac.
Let's go.
I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
Hey, W scored me in.
And if they use my ex, that mean they left me.
They don't get replies if they text me.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm
Good morning,
seeing.
Jay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's all do it together. Here goes. This is the haters right here. Here goes. Here goes.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off.
Oh,
It's like deja vu. It's like
they
deja
do it all the time.
It's like
They
deja
do it all
vu.
the time. Crybabies.
It's like deja vu.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. We are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host, I am your pilot, and you all know exactly why we are gathered here this lovely morning. We got incredible work to do to save this great country of ours, and of course, I am your pilot. I will be the one making sure we get to and from where we need to be without any kind of turbulence or anything like that. And the way that I'm going to be doing that is just by going through a series of real current events that are designed to actually go directly at the MAGA ideology and just totally obliterate it, totally destroy it. Never been anything like what we do over here on this show, right? So that's another huge W, Zeus. And so let me go ahead and get started with some very important housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H, it's because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Hands down, there's nobody more honest than me, all right? The second H, it's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, to be frank with you, I have no problem admitting that I was wrong, because I don't consider apologizing a sign of weakness. I actually consider it a sign of strength. And a lot of you Trump voters, y'all need to get with the program and start learning how to do that, right? And then the last and the most important H of them all, ladies and gentlemen, it is because I am and will always remain, you guessed it, the most handsome. See how I threw that in there? Now, many of you know exactly what we do. We hold Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. But after yesterday's show, there was a guy that got in my box. His name was Weeby TikTok, and he basically let me know I hurt his feelings yesterday because I told him he was a white guy who is a perpetual victim, right? And basically, what I'm dealing with, and I realize this, MAGA men are some of the biggest, most whiniest snowflakes I have ever ran across in my life. And I was trying to help him understand this. And so this show is specifically engineered for the MAGA white male species, all right? You all are a bunch of fragile individuals. You're afraid of black and brown people. You're afraid of women. You want a civil war, but you can't fight one. All right. You believe that all white people are good. You're afraid of your boss if they're Jewish descent. You think movies are too woke. And you always just talk about doing some of the most bizarre and just deranged things, but you can't really back it up. And they got this lie going on out here right now where they say only immigrants commit crimes and stuff like that. And they think all the problems going on in the country is not because of them, it's because of other people, women and people of color. And so what I'll say is this: if you're a Trump voter out there or one of these fragile white men, you might want to leave my show. All right. And I could say that because I can get into it. And I didn't want to make it about race, but you could be one of these fragile black men out there too. These brothers out here who think that, we should get Donald Trump to send the National Guard to help fight crime in Chicago. Okay, yeah. Any of you fragile male species out there that support Donald Trump, do me a favor. You might want to leave this live and go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts. And I've seen so many of these fake TikTok hosts. It's at the point right now, you just can't help but laugh at them. You just can't help but laugh at them, because when I see Trump voters, I go to myself and I say, do y'all understand that Donald Trump won't be in the White House forever? And eventually there's going to be a full accounting of all of the stuff this man has done. And if we find out in any way, shape, or form that y'all have supported Donald Trump, it's over. It's going to get to the point in this country. I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to go and apply for a job, and people are going to go look up your record on the internet, and they're going to go, oh, you voted for Donald Trump? Yeah. No, we don't want you in here, you scum, you filthy animals, right? And so what I'll say is this: if you don't want me to hurt your feelings this morning, you fragile white men, you fragile black men, you fragile Latinos for Trump and all of the others in between all of that, leave my show right now. Because I don't buy any of the stuff you're telling me. Your mouth is moving and you're just saying words, but you don't believe none of the stuff you're saying, especially when you start talking about the good book, especially when you start talking about Jesus. All right, so leave my show, because I don't need you in here ruining it for everybody else, trying to get the live taken down. I try to have honest conversations with them. They don't want to talk to me. They just want to get in my box and try to get the live taken down, saying something that's totally inappropriate. And again, TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. But that's what they do, because the policies that Donald Trump is implementing are clearly unpopular. All right. And they're not winning at that. All right. I just can't think of a policy Donald Trump has actually implemented that's actually something they could actually brag about and talk about. The border is not secured at all. All right. And Donald Trump is just giving away our money to countries and showing America it's never been America first. It's always about Trump. So if you don't want me to do that to you, leave this show, like I said, because I'm going to tell the truth whether you like it or not. All right. And it's going to make you uncomfortable. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And so with that, let the thunder crackle. The doors to the Thunderdome have officially closed. And I'm not taking any prisoners, and I don't want to hear anybody telling me how this show made them feel after. Don't send me any DMs. It is what it is. I got on the court, and I'm just laying it all out. I'm going for a huge W, and then I'm done. I'm moving on. And so if this is just too much for you to handle, I understand if you just got to go ahead and scroll out. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to still bring it. So the first thing that I want to do is this. Kash Patel posted Happy Diwali, celebrating festivals all around the world as good triumphs over evil. And this is a shout out to those who celebrate it. Now, I saw this, and I personally, because I'm woke, I don't have a problem with this. I never did. I think this is what you need more of. And I'm I'm surprised Kash Patel leaned into his heritage. But what I'll say is this. When I read some of the comments that the Trump voters left on this post that Kash placed on X, I was blown away. I said, wow, MAGA, y'all all of a sudden don't understand Donald Trump is actually appointing folks that reflect DEI values. And it just shows how ignorant a lot of you Trump voters are. They got mad at Kash Patel because he's celebrating his Indian heritage. Are there any Trump supporters out there that have a problem with Kash Patel celebrating his Indian heritage? Because that's Donald Trump's pick. I mean, we could get on Kash about all these other issues where he's failed, but it was just so surprising to see MAGA unleashing pure hatred, pure vile against folks who are of Indian descent. And I said, even when they got someone on their team, they always seem to find a way to hate on them. So what I'll do is this. To all you Trump supporters, you non-DEI supporting individuals, I got nothing to say to you other than this. Let's warm up the lake of fire. All right? The world is so much bigger than your trailer courts you live in. The world is so much bigger than that old pickup raggedy truck you've been driving for years. All right, and what you're not doing is you're not helping to move America forward. You're trying to drag this country backwards to a place no one wants to go other than you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons where they belong. Straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Now, what do I want to get into next, ladies and gentlemen? Because we have so many issues going on in this great country of ours, and you just got to sit back and let me see. You know, you got something. This is Donald Trump taking a wrecking ball to the White House. What a disgrace. But yeah, I want to keep this picture right here because this is basically, to me, when I see this, this is what Donald Trump is doing to the United States of America. A message from Representative Eric Swalwell. Just a reminder that House Republicans have chosen not to pay the people at airports screening luggage for dangerous weapons to make sure planes do not collide with each other. How many of you out there think that this government shutdown is because of the Democrats? How many of you out there think that this government shutdown is because of the Democrats? I want you to identify yourselves real quick. Because, you know what? Okay, I see someone. No. Yeah, I'm just because we got to look at this two ways. Either Donald Trump is the most powerful person on the planet, or Chuck Schumer is the most powerful person on the planet. Which one is it? Which one is it, MAGA? Exactly. You see how I could zip MAGA's? I could make MAGA zip it in the comment section. All I gotta do is just keep applying pressure. You know what they say? Too much pressure makes the pipes burst. Yeah, I'm over here bursting a lot of their pipes, bursting a lot of their brain cells, blood vessels in their brain. They might end up getting something like an aneurysm when I get done with them. And so, what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move on to something very serious that's going on in this country. Uh, a lot of Americans, and I've been so right about this. I've been saying this. A lot of you Trump voters, y'all will not be around come midterm because your dear leader, he's going to make sure of that by unaliving you with his dangerous policies, right? Dangerous policies like the ICE raids. A lot of y'all are getting caught up in it. You won't come out and acknowledge it because you would then have to admit you've been played like a fiddle. But a lot of you are being victimized by the ICE T campaign. I call it an ICE T campaign. Not that kind of ICE T. You get what I mean. T stands for terrorism. The second thing is this. He's told you not to take Tylenol, right? He's told you to hit the body with light and inject with disinfectant, take some ivermectin. He's telling you not to get vaccinated. You got these measles cases and rubella cases going around. A lot of y'all won't be able to, be here to vote next time. And then Donald Trump has done something unimaginable and truly, truly diabolical. He's going to make sure a lot of you supporters of his, y'all don't have nothing to eat as a result of this government shutdown. So what we'll do is we'll get this on the record.
Benefits aren't the only thing that could soon disappear. Well, health benefits aren't the only thing that could soon disappear.
So health benefits aren't the only thing that could soon disappear. What do you mean? What could be worse than taking away someone's health, Zeus? What could be worse than that? Well,
Californians on the federal SNAP program, also known as CalFresh, could see their benefits vanish because of the shutdown.
Wow. California and a host of other states are warning that SNAP recipients, if nothing changes, federal funding will end less than 2 weeks from now. And as NBC Bay Area's Judy Hernandez tells us, many say they're just not sure how they're going to feed their families if that does happen.
Wow.
I'm extremely worried. I am scared.
Contra Costa College student Megan Rojas DeVork says she, her brother, and single mom rely on the food bank and the CalFresh program to keep food on the table. She gets $200 a month on her CalFresh EBT card, and she needs every penny.
I definitely depend on those funds. I definitely need the money to be able to afford groceries for my family and to be able to eat at the end of the day.
But the SNAP benefits Megan and millions of others rely on are expected to run out of funding at the end of the month because of the government shutdown. The California Department of Social Services website warns the federally funded program will not get any more money until the president and Congress take action.
We are very concerned that thousands of families in this county and tens of thousands and more around the state are going to lose their food nutrition benefits and food stamps starting in November as a result of this government shutdown.
Contra Costa County Supervisor John Joya says more than 108,000 residents in Contra Costa County alone rely on SNAP.
I'm going to get that. So not only is he getting rid of your health benefits, MAGA, he's going to starve you to death. This is to me more evidence that you're clearly in a cult. Because only the people who are in a cult will hear this and say, "Oh, it's not that. It's the Democrats. It's Chuck Schumer's Mom Donnie." All right, and that's because you hate yourself and you hate your country, ladies and gentlemen. And I gotta address this. All right, I saw this, and this say it ain't so, but this is the reaction. So it says a single mom says that she's going to start shoplifting after Trump cuts off her food stamps. And it's a black woman. And I first of all, I said, okay, this is Russia propaganda. They're trying to make the face of food stamps black people. A lot of us know that that's not true. There's not enough black people. There's 43 million people that are going to be starving. All right. That's everybody. That's not black people. But I want to play this. All right. Not to feed into the stereotypes because but I honestly think what this woman is saying is going to resonate with a lot of people out there in one way or another as a result of Donald Trump shutting the government down and forcing people to starve. I mean, it's literally the Hunger Games. Let's go. I'm going to get this on the record.
Like this, I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit.
Wow.
Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow.
Wow.
I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card, as soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that store. Yeah. And please follow me to that motherfucking car if you feeling motherfucking froggy, bitch. You ain't gonna make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you.
Okay, so I'm going to address that, ma'am. Number one, you don't need to do that. Don't let the devil use you and get you to act like that, because that's what Donald Trump wants you to do. All right, but I understand the anger and I understand the passion. And if any of you are listening to this woman in distress and y'all think it's funny, get in the box and I'll make sure you won't be laughing anymore. This is serious business. Have you ever been down on your last? When you're hungry, when you're starving, normal thoughts don't cross your mind. You're not thinking 5 or 10 years down the road. You're literally thinking about survival at the basic level. And this is just one of millions of examples of things that Donald Trump is doing in this country. Don't look at it as just, oh, this woman is talking about this because she's hungry. No, layer that with all of the other things Donald Trump has been doing. Yeah, like I just said, cutting your health benefits off. Yeah, get that. When you're at that level of desperation, no, I can't put the burden of the United States on this innocent woman. No, but I could put it on Donald Trump and his supporters, his ignorant voters who hate this country, the whining white men especially them, because they know better. They had all the opportunities to be successful in this country and they squandered it away, literally being fluffers. You could go look that up. I learned that word, fluffers for Donald Trump. And then they want to turn around and blame black women, black men, and actually people of color for their failures. We're not buying it. And this woman is innocent, even if she does go in there and does something God told her not to do. I understand, because, I watched that movie Aladdin. If you're stealing because you're hungry, it's different than stealing because you're greedy, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. All right, and this goes out to all the Trump supporters, the so-called Christians, who continue to create conditions like this. You're turning Americans into criminals. All because you can't get your faces out of Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diapers, you filthy animals. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
And I'll say this to my good friend, brother Dame. Dame, look at what you've done to a black woman right there with your vote. With your rhetoric, bro. I don't know if Dame is here, but someone should tell him to come in here, because this message is specifically for Dame. All right, because we need to have an intervention with Dame, honestly. You're harming black women. And your whole platform, brother, you told me one-on-one with multiple people, I want to help black women. This is what Dame says. I want to help black women. Well, how are you helping black women, bro, when you're voting for a president that's trying to starve not just them, but a bunch of women all over the country? I'll starve a bunch of women, the next generation, starving them out because he doesn't want to feed them. You're not helping anybody, Dame, and any other brothers out here doing the Blagga tap dance. You're not helping us. You're making matters worse. I wish I could invent a time machine. You go to the amusement park, and we should just allow, if there could be a time machine invented, maybe we can with AI. And we could just say, oh, okay, so Blagga, you want to bring back slavery? Why don't you just jump into this time machine, right? Send them right back to when Thomas Jefferson was around. and I would be on the other side. Click your heels 3 times when you're ready to come back. And they be clicking all, and I'm like, nope, I ain't letting you back, because look at what you did. You attacked black. So somebody should go ahead and patent that, invent that. And we need to invent a time machine to send Blagga back in so they could come back and be very appreciative of all the wonderful work the Democrats have been doing, seriously. Now, the next matter, ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple of more issues that I really do need to address. It has to do with Argentina and beef prices. How many of you heard this, that Donald Trump is actually, Donald Trump is trying to bring down the price of beef. And the way that he's going to do it is by buying beef from Argentina. In other words, he's not only going to give Argentina $40 billion, but he's also going to give these immigrants some more money so that their cattle can come in at the expense of American farmers. So we're going to get this on the record. And this is just, to me, it's an open and shut case of congratulations, MAGA, you played yourself. So let's listen to Donald Trump sell America out.
I assume you're talking about beef. Yeah, to get beef prices down. The only price we have that's high is beef, and we'll get that down. And one of the things we're thinking about doing is beef from Argentina.
But my question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can, but don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
What do you mean by beef deal, sir?
We would buy some beef from Argentina. If we do that, that will bring our beef prices down. Because our groceries are down, our energy prices are down. Well, I think we're going to have $2 gasoline pretty soon. We're getting close. And everything's down. The one thing that's kept up is beef. And if we buy some beef, now I'm not talking about that much from Argentina, it would help Argentina, which we consider a very good country, a very good ally in a place. Although I must tell you, if you take a look now, South America is turning. Those South American countries are starting to turn very much toward us. They're getting away from socialism, and you can go right down the pack. But they are starting to turn. It's pretty amazing.
All right, and so we're going to go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and with that being said, get a couple of things on the record. So, Merriweather Farms wrote Donald Trump an open letter on X. And the way this letter is written, you can tell they know they've messed up, and they know that they are in a cult. All right? So I'm going to share the letter real quickly and then play something else, and then we'll do the judgment together. This is what they said. Dear Donald Trump, we love you and support you, but your suggestion to buy beef from Argentina to stabilize beef prices would be an absolute betrayal to the American cattle rancher. We understand there are larger economic and geopolitical dynamics at play, including countering CCP influence in countries in our hemisphere. But the practice of solving problems over there before solving problems here on our soil is what's contributed to the downfall of our country. America always comes last. We understand beef prices are high, and we admire your concern for all Americans, but this is not the fault of the American producer. This is the fault of the politicians who have allowed BRICS-aligned entities to dominate the meat industry, that participated in price fixing, and who also continuously lie to their consumers. Washington, for decades, has facilitated the squeezing of our own ranchers while allowing these entities to flood the markets with cheaper, lower quality imports. And the American people don't even know these products are foreign because they are allowed to be marked as products of the USA. On top of this, there's only chaos coming from the Department of Agriculture. There's no true guidance, mixed messaging, and copious amounts of photo ops. There's no one to trust over there that truly understands the issues. And it's been brought on by our alignment with big industries. I mean, you can hear the tears. The American cattle rancher is one of the last symbols of independence we have in the nation. But the continued manipulation and betrayal by the very people who claim to support them needs to end immediately. While only representing 1% of the population, the work is tireless, daily, in poor conditions, with low margins, without thanks. And in order to keep this country fed, we would be a failed nation if we continue to be betrayed by the very people who put food on the table for us. Donald Trump, please help us. There are so many voices on the outside that support you and want you to succeed. Maybe it's time to start listening to them. Your team knows how to get in touch with us. Sincerely, Merriweather Farms. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this right here, ladies and gentlemen? Desperation, no spine, and it's self-inflicted. Yeah. And so I don't buy it, Merriweather Farms, and neither do the people. Neither do the people who actually were listening to, who read this letter. You should actually go and look at what some of the comments said. Some of the comments says, "You voted for him. This is what you get. He betrays everyone's. You're an idiot for thinking he cared about you." Or another person wrote, "You voted for this. You voted for this. STFU and eat it. Eat the terrorists." That's a reference to that. You were warned. You get what you voted for. And the list goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. So this morning, we had an appearance on one of a very reputable show, and I'll get to this, and then we'll do the judgment real quick, ladies and gentlemen. So it was on CNBC, and Brooke Rollins goes on there, Secretary of Agriculture. She goes on there, and the question is, can you explain why beef prices have soared to the point where you're thinking of importing beef from Argentina? Let's listen to what this Trump cabinet official says, and then we'll do the judgment real quick.
Madam Secretary, why beef prices have soared, and all to get to the point of where we're thinking about importing some beef from Argentina, the same country that's selling all of their soybeans to China. There's a lot of moving parts, and you're always, you're going to make someone mad when you do something. The president's just trying to lower beef costs, but to soybean farmers, that must be like, you're kidding me. We're going to import beef from Argentina when this is the same country and we're helping them out in other ways, obviously, but the farmers seem like the ones that are left out. What about, are we going to do that? Is that feasible, and why? What happened to beef prices? How do we bring them down?
We have had a massive run on beef over the last decade, and we've had almost 17% of our producers close, which is about our ranchers, which is about 150,000 ranchers have now stopped ranching. Oh. It's a whole other show. We need to describe that. But basically, there's been a massive consolidation, which has not been good for our ranching industry. We have, offshored a lot of that to some companies in Brazil and some other internationally. China owns some other companies. There's a really important realignment that has to happen for us to begin to onshore. When we talk about onshoring and reshoring for manufacturing, we need to onshore and reshore for our beef producers, for our ranchers. So the prices are high. The president is very focused on fulfilling his promise of bringing grocery prices down, but he's also very focused, and you'll hear more from us perhaps in the next day or two, on what we are going to do to incentivize, to open up new lands, to make it easier to become a rancher, to build more processing plants around the country so there aren't just a handful in the middle of the country. We've got a pretty big package coming out. Haven't talked about it publicly. This is the first time.
Okay. All right. So she says Donald Trump is focused on this issue. Look at that photo behind us, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think Donald Trump is more focused on? Getting beef prices down or building a ballroom? I can tell you real quickly where his focus is. It ain't on the beef prices. And then she actually said they're going to be trying to come up with ways to help make or help get more ranchers out there. So is there anyone out there that wants to be a rancher? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to be a rancher under the Donald Trump administration, right? Thank you, Your Highness. Nobody wants to be a rancher in 2025. If you're not already in the industry, then guess what? Then you're pretty much done, right? And so what I'll say is this, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'll get straight to judgment. This is to all the ranchers and all the farmers who voted for Donald Trump. You get what you vote for. Remember when Trump won, y'all told us y'all had a mandate and it was going to be the year of Jubilee and you were owning the libs. And we were trying to tell you, no, that's not really true. What have you won? We won the election. No, Donald Trump won. you haven't won anything except for hell and destruction. And what I'm going to do is make sure you understand that. Until you truly learn how to repent for your crimes against humanity and your sins against God, right? And you actually have the courage to walk away from the cult, you're going to continue to see this being done to every aspect of your MAGA lives. You've sold your souls to Donald Trump, and the writing's on the wall, and he's going to continue to destroy everything. Now he's destroying your farm. He's taking away your health care benefits. Yeah, cutting off money for food, because the farmers would benefit from the SNAP program because they supply some of the food that these people go in and purchase. So he's just slapping them all over the face with it. And then you hear his secretary, Brooke Rollins, say he's focused. Wow. I don't know how y'all continue to smell this man's diaper the way you do, but that's why I'm going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these farmers and these ranchers that still are out here supporting Donald Trump, despite the fact he's ripping their lives apart, destroying them in our face. Join me in sending them straight to hell. You get what you pay for. And I got... Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Now I got one more story, and then I'll open up the boxes, ladies and gentlemen. And this story, ladies and gentlemen, it breaks my heart. It really does. This is a heartbreaking story. Hey, Kabira, nice to see you. This story truly, truly breaks my heart, ladies and gentlemen. And it breaks my heart because this is a story that could have totally been prevented. Here we go. Let me see. There he goes right there. A MAGA congressman in the state of Texas has gotten caught in the very act of committing adultery. And the Bible has a story about this. The Bible has a story about this. Jesus catches the woman in the very act. And so, you know, when these moments happen, there's a lot of emotions and stuff like that. And I got to say it's a trigger warning because the woman he was having an affair with, she ended up expiring, and that's sad. But what I'm going to do is I got to bring this story up because I want y'all to listen to this so-called Christian. Listen to in this video that I'm about to play to you. This is before his sins were found out. This video is 3 months old. He's interviewed and talking about his relationship with God, and he's a Catholic man, and how his grandfather instilled in him good morals and values. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through it together, how it started, what happened, and then we might revisit a little bit of this story. So let's first start out with his path towards forgiveness and redemption with Jesus Christ. How about that? Y'all want to go into it? And keep in mind, this is a MAGA demon. This is a MAGA Republican out of the state of Texas.
Our next lawmaker is a U.S. Navy veteran who served over 20 years. He rose through the ranks and retired as Master Chief Petty Officer. Congressman Tony Gonzales is the representative of the great state of Texas's 23rd Congressional District. The congressman says after he was abandoned by his father, he and his mother sought refuge at a battered women's shelter. For much of his youth, Tony was raised by his grandparents in San Antonio, Texas. He says his grandfather was a major influence in his strong Catholic faith.
He was a very steady man that seen a lot. He fought in World War II. He was at the Battle of the Bulge. He landed on Utah Beach. I mean, the man had seen and done a lot. He came from a very small little ranching community in Everville, South Texas. He didn't have a high school diploma, and he went off. He was a airplane electrician afterwards. He was a civil servant, served 30 years there. And so faith played a big part of his life.
Congressman Tony Gonzales says his grandfather instilled in him to always be humble and always be thankful.
Essentially, God will provide. Don't worry about it.
Rely on him.
Rely on God. God has your back. God will always be there. And I think that's a very important early lesson to learn, is you're not going on it alone.
Congressman Gonzales tells me having a strong faith and family values are essential. Virtues he and his wife Angel are instilling into their 6 children.
So his wife's name is Angel? right? Right? Yeah, right. Look at how he portrays himself. The Bible accurately calls these people out. All right, and the way he's just layering it on. I mean,
He's currently serving his third term in Congress and says the job has given him the opportunity to meet so many people, including Pope Francis,
he met the
thanks
Pope.
to an invite from Democratic colleague Congressman Henry Cuellar.
What's funny is, I have 6 children, and so I'm going, hey, look, I'm telling Angel, the goal is I want 6 rosaries, to come home with 6 rosaries that the Pope has blessed.
During the meeting, Congressman Gonzales says Pope Francis was more drawn to his wife and spoke to her about the importance of family. And in the end, so you got the rosaries blessed?
The rosaries are blessed. Yeah, everyone's all set. So it was a mission accomplished. And
ladies and gentlemen, honestly, where we're at in this, I wanted to stop when I watched this. I wanted to initially just stop. I said, bro, you got that much going on, and I know what I know. Will you please stop lying on will you please stop lying on camera? But he keeps going. He keeps going.
it was just a surreal moment in general, and just great to be around it.
Congressman Gonzales says he stays grounded through daily mass and reading the Word. He adds, it's an exciting time to be a Catholic, with the first American Pope leading the way. What would you want to tell the younger generation out there? I mean, some of them are so lost in not having God in their life.
The earlier you can find and gravitate to faith in your life, the stronger you will be, because we all go through trial and tribulations.
Amen to that. And Congressman Gonzales says through these trials, we all grow in our faith and become closer to God. Right now, the congressman sits on the critically important Appropriations and Homeland Security Committee.
Yeah. How many of y'all believe this man is a man of faith? Because he laid it on so thick, even to the level of he met the Pope. What more evidence do you need? And then this story comes out, ladies and gentlemen. This story comes out.
And we begin tonight with an investigation surrounding the death of a staffer from U.S. Congressman Tony Gonzales' office. Gonzales saying today he is heart-stricken over the death of Regina Santos Aviles. Just over an hour ago, Uvalde police told us they have done an initial review of the case. Case that investigates Daniela Ibarra, working to get more information on this. But Daniela, what we've learned so far, it's disturbing. A family member of Santos Aviles told you that she died after catching fire.
Yeah, I spoke on the phone with a couple of these family members who say they are devastated by this loss. They're adamant that this wasn't an accident, but it is important to note that the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office, they're still trying to figure out how and why she died. But here's what we do know. A call sheet report shows Uvalde police, firefighters, and paramedics were called.
Now, this information that I'm playing for you, this came out a month ago, before they knew anything about what really may have been going on. So this is just the initial readout, but listen to it.
To Santos Aviles' home on Saturday night. Police called it a disturbance. A family member told us Santos Aviles was transferred to CMC, actually airlifted to CMC, to be treated for extensive burns. The medical examiner's office says she died on Sunday. Uvalde police say they're working with the Texas Rangers to investigate this, but police don't believe there was any foul play. According to her LinkedIn, Santos Aviles was the executive director of the Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce. She left that job in 2021 to become Representative Gonzales' Uvalde Regional Director. Gonzales represents U.S. District 23, which stretches from the west part of San Antonio out to El Paso. The congressman sent us a statement saying in part, quote, we are all heart-stricken by the recent news. Regina devoted her profession toward making a difference in her community. Santos Aviles leaves behind her husband and a young son who's about 8 years old.
So her family is saying this was an accident. They believe it was an accident?
Yeah, I spoke with 2 family members who are adamant that they believe this was an accident.
Yeah.
That's something they kept repeating on the phone.
Still, so many questions about how this happened, what led up to it, and I know you're going to work to find us more information, Daniela.
Yeah, we're going to get to the bottom of that. So, yeah, condolences do go out to Regina and her family because, you just can't help but be, I'm a person, I wear my heart on my sleeves, and I heard this story and I said, this is sad at so many levels. And initially you thought, okay, maybe it was tied to, whatever, we'll get to the bottom of it. But then, and the Midas touch broke this yesterday. And what we'll do is we'll get a little more information about this, if you don't mind, and then I'll do what I need to do with this matter. All right. And I'm only bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, because I understand very plainly what happens when you're dealing with wolves in sheep clothing. All right. So let's
say that a Republican congressman from Texas was new reports say that a Republican congressman from Texas was having an affair with his staffer at some point before she died in what appears to be a suicide. The congressman they're talking about is Representative Tony Gonzales. He represents Texas's 23rd congressional district, and he describes himself as a husband and a father of 6. The staffer who tragically died was named Regina Santos Aviles. She was apparently also married, but separated from her husband at the time, if I understand correctly, and she was a mother as well of 1 child. If I'm going to make a video talking about this, I do want to add a few details of her death, nothing graphic, I promise, but the issue is that there's some conflicting reports about whether it was a suicide or not. What has pretty much not been contested is that she was alone in her backyard, she caught on fire, and she died from the injuries from the fire. A family member was the one to discover her. She was still alive at the time. The family member called 911. Her family defends that this was an accident and that her final words were, "I don't want to die." Reports from firefighters and police officers who responded to the scene that day say that she doused herself in gasoline and that there were several canisters of gasoline that had to be put out when they were putting out the fire. When Regina died a little over a month ago now, there were rumors already that it was connected somehow to her boss. However, those rumors were more focused on the idea that maybe he had fired her recently or that she had resigned over something. But Rep. Gonzalez' team said none of those rumors were true, and he himself said that he was heart-stricken about the event. That's all I know about this right now. I'm sure we will get some sort of follow-up about this story, but I don't know if we'll ever find out for sure what happened. Obviously, all of this is just insanely tragic, but this is truly insane. I've been following national politics for a while, and this is not normal. This is the sort of story you hear on an episode of Scandal. It is definitely not something that usually happens.
Bingo. So let me summarize what I just went through. I listened to a demon, ladies and gentlemen, get on record and profess to be a child of God, an angel of light, and it basically got to a place where we found out this demon was married with 6 children. Uh-oh, I knew it. No, this is for educational purposes only. Oh my God, live restricted for 10 minutes. Okay, I get it. It's a sensitive topic. All right, I'll leave it alone. All right, TikTok, my apologies. But I'll finish it up by saying this. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, what's done in the dark, it'll come to the light. And this is why I 110% reject the MAGA ideology. This is why I stay on the fake Christians the way that I do. I don't have a problem with you living your life. None of us do. But the problem is when you start trying to pretend like you are better than everybody else because of what you believe in. And then we get stories like this. And it's the visual. I'm a visual person, right? What? Because this is how I know God's judgment has truly hit this man, Tony Gonzales. The visual this man will have to have in his brain the rest of his natural life is a woman he was having an affair with, according to the reports, doused herself in gasoline and was on fire, and that's how she went out. It's literally what I do on my show when I send people straight to hell, right? It's literally the visual, and it's a reminder to him, this is your destination. And let me say that about you Trump supporters. Your sins will find you out. And none of us really, I don't walk around with hate in my heart. I walk around with love in my heart, honestly. But I don't buy this narrative, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, 2 restrictions. Lord have mercy. We gotta appeal this. I don't buy the narrative. I do not buy this narrative with MAGA when they try to present themselves as Christians and good people. When this stuff is being found out and exposed, and this is just one of several examples of the hypocrisy within the MAGA cult. I haven't even gotten into Jeffrey Epstein. But until MAGA truly repents and accepts the Jesus in the Bible the way Jesus told you to do it, the plan of salvation way, and abandons Donald Trump, all right, more stories are going to continue to come out. And this stuff is starting to hit real close to home. And I had to actually say thank God for actually getting this information out here. And I do not mind being a vessel for the good Lord to get this truth out here to you. And let this be an example. MAGA, we will find every single one of you. God will expose you. We don't got to actively look for you. Your sins will find you out. Just like Robert Morris. Remember Robert Morris, Donald Trump's spiritual advisor? And guess what state he was in? Texas. There's good people in Texas. But he was exposed. Because you can't do wrong in the name of God and think you could get away with it. Because my mom taught me that too. So what I'll do is this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire. This is for Tony Gonzales. You really do need to resign. You really need to resign and repent and stay the hell away from everybody else's daughter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending him where he belongs. Straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's another W, Zeus. While you're gonna report my live and stuff, I'm so sorry I went overtime a little bit, but I had to make sure I got through my content, and then I'll start engaging in conversations in the audience. And so what I'll say is this: I'll invite Trump supporters up here, but I'm really at a level now where I just don't want to risk the show getting taken down. So if you don't really have anything of value to contribute, you don't really want to have a conversation, I'll just drop you. Because, you know, people listen to the show, and there are people who are genuinely curious about what Trump voters think and how they see things. But if all you're going to do is be very childish and act like Donald Trump in the box, I'll just be like, you know what? Why even entertain the conversation? You know, you don't give the devil any room anymore, right? Because an idle mind is the devil's playground, W. Zeus. And I'll say this.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
I don't need your demons around me, MAGA. I'm good without you. I want to emphasize this to you Trump voters out there. You can think whatever you want to think about me. You can say whatever you want in the conversation. None of it really changes my true belief system. I will never, ever be okay with being a terrible person. And that transcends politics, to be quite honest. Yeah, we start out talking politics, but that's just a gate to get us into a conversation. But what I'm really trying to get to the bottom of when I engage folks like you is, are you really the person you're portraying yourselves to be? All right. And I do not buy that you can be a Christian, a true Christian. I don't even think that's a word Jesus used himself, but I get the angle you're trying to use. I don't really believe you can be a good person and support Donald Trump. And I'll leave it at that. W. Zeus. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump voter. And I'll bring you up first, and then we'll see how that conversation goes. If it's respectful, then I'll deal with it. But if not, it'll be a done deal. Easy. It'll be a done deal. All right, put a 1 in the chat. All right, let's see. I'm looking in the comment section. All right. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. None of the Trump voters want to come up here. None of them want to come up here. None of them. I think I know who this is. This is Asler.
Hey, good morning, bro. How you doing?
Is this Asler?
Yes, sir. You know it's Asler.
Okay. What can I get? What do you want to talk about real quick? Because this doesn't take long.
Really quick, man. Like,
are you still supporting Donald Trump?
100%. That's my president.
Okay.
It's like 9 months. We got 9 months yesterday celebrating.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to ask you about your picture behind you.
What is it you want to know about it?
Why you always Democrats try to imply them Donald Trump is destroying? He's destroying to build. You're gonna the bathroom is gonna be beautiful, right? 200 million for people who deserve to have something good in a White House. Why you have the picture saying like he's destroying the White House? That's the BS Democrats pulling out all the time.
Well, I'll answer the question. I'm showing you what he's focused on. All right.
That's beautiful. We deserve, America deserve better.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. So he's focusing on ripping Americans off because who's paying for that, number one, Asler? And again, if this is too much for you to handle, then we don't need to talk. The issue is he's not focusing on helping Americans. He's focusing on basically showing us he's not planning on going anywhere, and he's destroying history in a way, right? Because no one asked him to build the ballroom. He's taking our money to do it. He's not using that same money to do things that help take care of the American people. That's why I'm showing this picture. I want you to see what he's really focused on. Does that give you a clear answer?
Yes, but
yeah. Now should he be
I
focused?
know he's destroying that to build better. So when you want to be better, you got to destroy some, right?
Okay, let me break it down to you. How does him building a ballroom help you?
Bro, the White House, every time I go to Washington, look at like a little far in the middle of nothing. That house gotta get bigger, right?
Hold on.
So I don't see nothing wrong with that, bro. So you just put in this picture to show destruction.
Asler, if we're gonna have an honest conversation, we gotta talk. What I don't want to do is start dancing around and talking about 10 different things at once. I'm not really that good at it, all right? I answered your question about the ballroom and why he's destroying it. I don't think it's a good look for him. I don't think it shows America first. It shows Donald Trump only wants to look out for Donald Trump. And it tells me he's not really even on message with some of the real issues that his voters are actually highlighting. I just went through a series of them. So my question to you was very simple. How does Donald Trump building a ballroom help you?
Well, I'm already told you. This man is building America. Even the White House is going to be better.
Can't even answer the question.
You know that's the answer. Why you close the government? We need 5 votes to keep the government open.
Hold on. Did you want to say something to this guy, Edge?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Ashley. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Fine, thank you.
Okay. So I was wondering, do you think you're ever going to use that ballroom? Are you going to get an invitation?
I don't care. I mean, he's my president. You got Biden. You never get invitation from Biden. So that's not even a question. That's not even a serious question.
We're not going to Biden. Biden's not president. Biden did not do this. So
okay, let me answer again.
No, you can go in a second.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Ashley.
Please show us you know how to respect women, please.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. We hear an awful lot of talk about, the veterans are on the street, and mentally ill. We have all of these people, America first. Now we're going to have all these people. What could we be using that money for? We could build a nice big place where, we're like a homeless shelter, multiple homeless shelters, food pantries, all sorts of things where we could be helping the American people and not just Trump or whoever to go in and dance in a ballroom. Keep that crap down in Mar-a-Lago. This is the people's home. We don't need this here.
And I agree. So Asler, are you understanding what Andrew's saying, or is there a language barrier issue?
No, the problem with you guys is he's working in every front. He's working in every front. I mean, we got a president, right? The president, he not supposed to do stuff by himself.
Asler,
can I finish, please? Can I finish?
If you answer her question, I'll let you finish going down that rabbit hole you want to go down. But I would appreciate it, honestly. I would appreciate it if you could at least answer a question. And spoke very clear.
The answer is
English too. So
the answer is he's working at the ballroom right now. At the same time, he has his own people, his cabinet, doing work for even the war in Argentina, for example, with the 40 million you're talking about. He got people working in Venezuela, my country, trying to get this asshole out of my country, the President Maduro. So Donald Trump is working
we're focused on a ballroom,
but you just focus right now on the construction he's doing for us, for the beautiful White House. I think we all America deserve a better White House. When I go to Washington, I see a small house. I think they gotta get it bigger now.
Listen, I gotta say this. You can't call yourself American around us.
No.
I just feel a certain type of way.
Excuse me?
Because you just said
So you say you
Venezuela.
imply
you just said Venezuela.
You imply right now I know an American?
Because you just said Venezuela is your home country.
Yes, I born in Venezuela, but I'm
so
an American citizen.
No. That's the difference between you and me.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah.
So you better than me, right?
Absolutely.
You got more rights than me, Sus?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, really? Give me one.
Well, I can't be deported. You can.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, he can take away your citizenship and deport you if you mess up.
Why?
Because if you commit a crime in this country, your citizenship could be revoked. And you
what kind of crime? Sales? Be specific.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It matter.
No,
it matter.
Donald
it
Trump.
matter because citizenship.
Hold on, I'm speaking. Donald Trump said he was going to take all the hardened criminals that had, unalived or raped people and whatnot, and he's taking. And some of them are U.S. citizens. If he sees that you're brown, they're not looking for papers anymore, Asler. They're just grabbing them out of vehicles, children and their parents out of apartment buildings. This is what's happening now.
That's not true anyway. I'll let you go.
It absolutely is true. 100%.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand how this building is helping anybody.
The White House is the representation of the power of America. We need a better place to show the world America.
Are we doing Dancing with the Stars in the White House?
In the world. We need a bigger, beautiful big house. When
okay,
I
hold
go
on.
to
One last
Washington,
thing,
D.C., all I see is a little
government
farmhouse.
shutdown.
Asler.
I'm gonna say one last thing, and then
I was talking, right?
No, be quiet.
Okay.
I don't know because I don't want to deal. No, we are in a government shutdown where we're going to be trying to figure out how to feed people, where we're going to be trying to figure out how to pay our military. You're so worried about it all over the country. We're probably going to need that military, right? We have all of these things that we need, and we don't know how we're going to get them because we're in the middle of the shutdown, a Republican shutdown. Republican.
Angela, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Where is the 5 votes we need to open the government again? Where is the 5 Democrat votes? Come on.
It's not no.
What?
He's trying to say that's how he's trying to put it on the Democrats, that if 5 Democrats voted with them.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Thank you,
what he's
Angela.
trying to say.
Thank you, Angela. Where is the votes? Where are those 5 votes to open the government again?
You said votes or boats? Because, I get confused. And I shouldn't say that, but Asler, listen.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't play with my accent right now.
No.
Don't play with my accent, please.
Asler,
don't get it to that level. You got better levels, okay?
Asler,
come on.
Hold on. No. You don't tell me how to conduct myself on my show. Have you lost your mind?
Oh, no, because you play with my accent. You try to play my accent right now.
Hey.
That's not even right, Sis.
Yeah, I can do that because, listen, we don't worry about being woke and stuff like that over here because y'all got rid of that, remember? So let me be me, and I don't have to be politically correctness because we don't got to do that either, Asler. This is my country, not yours. Sorry, Ange.
And no, do you mind? I mean, I guess we did go to boats, so can I bring that one up real quick? I don't mean to go all over the place. But speaking of that, we are booming them down near Venezuela.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what we're booming, and we're unaliving people that are probably just fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just play. It's drugs.
All right, I'm gonna let Kabira speak. So okay.
Fair enough. Thank you, Ange. Hi, Kabira. So lovely to get you to join.
What's up, Zeus?
How can I help you? Yes, I'm doing all right. You?
Oh, my friend is here. Nice to see you, Cabrera.
Hey, she didn't ask you a thing.
I say hello to Cabrera, bro. Come on.
I'm going to give my salutations. Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning,
Angie. Good morning, Kingdom. Hello, Asler.
How are you?
Asler, so far as those 5 Democrat, I'm fine. I'm going to answer your question that you asked, Angie. Those 5 Democrat votes for the to open the government. Let's just use those. The Republicans, they passed that beautiful bill without Democrats, so they can open the government without the Democrats, as far as I'm concerned.
Facts.
Now, so far as the White House, Asler, what you don't, when Zeus says, listen to me, when Zeus says you're not an American, if you were, you would really understand the historical context context behind the White House and Trump demolishing it and for a funky ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what you don't understand by being a real American. And while we're at it, Asler, the other day I was going through the TikTok streets and I saw you on a live. See, you've got everybody fooled on how you really got over here, Asler. I was in your corner, but you didn't even come over here the right way.
Oh.
You married an American citizen to get over here. Then you stayed married to her for 25 years. After 17 years of marriage, you fooled around on her. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't, let's see, 25.
All right, so now,
You fooled around on her. Wait a minute. Asler. After 13 years of marriage, you fooled around on her with a Colombian woman. You married her to bring her over here. See, that's the game you're playing, Asler. You're marrying these people so you could get citizenship. Then you dumped this woman. You played around on her for 12 years with a Colombian woman. You brought this Colombian woman over here.
You got it wrong.
You married her over here so she could become a U.S. citizen. No, I'm right, Asler. I heard because this other lady who's Spanish speaking, she kind of broke it down a little bit. Then she translated it for us because
that's the
she
problem with
also
Democrats.
works for
you gotta
the
ask.
State Department to get people citizenship. And she told us the exact citizenship that you use to get over here. So, Asler, you tricked your way over here to get over here. And then you want to put everybody else down.
You lying all the
time. You really don't understand the context of the United States. You really don't understand the United States, Asler. You're just in a corner. You're doing that chain migration. You heard of chain migration. That's what you're doing, Asler. And it's really funky, too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was in your
let me know when.
Asler.
Let me know when I can ask. Let me know when I can ask this question you got, because that's a question.
Hold on, Asler. So we got trafficking.
Can I answer?
We got Venezuelan trafficking going on with Asler. So that's what it seems like to me, in my opinion. Asler, what is it you want to say now? Because
all right, thank you very much. Hey, in first place, Kabbalah, I get married with my wife, the mother of my two kids.
Now,
so you try to imply.
You called me Kabbalah.
You try to implant.
Now that I
was married.
You want to call me Kabbalah. I'm not a Kabbalah.
Let me finish, please.
Hold on, brother.
I was married for 25 years. Okay, with my wife, and you try to.
Where's your wife from? Where is your wife from? Is she an American citizen or not?
She's from Mexico. She's a Mexican. She's a Mexican American woman.
She's a Mexican American.
She's the mother of my. Can I finish?
Is she an American citizen?
She's the mother of my two kids. My boy is 19 years old. You already know. My daughter is 70. So don't imply like I get married with her for document, because I was married for 25 years. Now, yes, I'm married again with a Colombian beautiful woman. I brought her from Colombia. She's with me right now. Okay, so I don't think nothing wrong with that. So stop doing this BS, because the system was built to get married many times if I want.
Why should
stop that BS. I was married 25 years.
Asler, I just got a couple of questions. So you're not from America naturally, and the wife you're with is not from America naturally, correct?
No, because she's Mexican.
No. So I feel a certain type of way with you calling yourself American. Number one.
I'm American, so you like it or not?
No, and number two, what Kabira highlighted, in my opinion,
your passport.
No.
Your passport is different than mine. Suez. Your passport is different than mine. Can you answer that?
No. We're not talking about. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about your heritage.
Thank you.
Where you were born and raised.
I don't care about that. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Fair enough. All right. So listen up, Asler. I don't want to be associated with this kind of conduct. Honestly, it's disgusting. It's vile. I don't know why you left your first wife after you got done using her. All right.
I cheated on her, Sus. I cheated on her. You got it.
Yeah, he cheated on her with a Colombian woman. And after he was here the first time under a student
that
visa.
part is true. Kabbalah,
his visa was revoked.
Kabbalah, that's true.
They sent him back to Venezuela. That's how he met that Mexican American
I give you that one. I bring my beautiful.
Hitched that ride back over here.
I give you that one. I
stayed
give you that
married
one.
with her
Okay.
for a good
I brought
13
Ladies and
years
gentlemen,
before
I
he
brought my
cheated
Colombian.
with her on a Colombian
I'm good
woman.
now.
I can't do two
I'm
demons.
good now with her.
I can't
Sorry
do
about
two
that.
demons.
It's my
I can't
personal
do. I
life.
can't do
I'm
two
calling
demons.
ICE.
I can't do two demons. First Tony Gonzales, and then Asler. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are some of the most ungodly people I've ever interacted with. If you're gonna live in sin, then just live in sin. And don't bring the Democrats into that. Ladies and gentlemen, and Kabira did an outstanding job too. Join me in sending Asler where he came from, straight to hell. I'm sorry, Mom. That was disgusting.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Wow. We had to do it, Kabira. I mean, you exposed him for what he
You
is.
know, Zeus,
Yeah.
I was I was on my way to DMV because I have to get my license renewed. And Takesha texted me and asked, was I here? And I told her, I said, no, I have to get ready to head to DMV because, that line's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? DMV will wait out. Just been a long line.
Sorry
But
to
I'm
do
going to
that.
pop in on Brother Zeus. So I popped in on, oh, that's okay. I popped in on, I forget what you were talking about,
I
And I
covered a
said, well,
lot.
this conversation is worth staying here for.
Oh, thank you.
And then Asler popped up. And like I said, I was in Asler's corner. I believe in giving people a second chance, But once he told his story, he came here on a student visa and his visa was revoked or it expired. And they sent him back to Venezuela.
Yeah.
And then he met a Mexican American woman, married her to get back over here. You understand? And I said, "Oh man, he's not living his truth."
No.
So it's the nastiness.
Yeah.
It was just the hypocrisy. It's just everything that turned me off about him. And I would follow his content, his travels, everything. I said, okay, right on. You haven't gotten deported yet, But then he told his story. And then the lady who works for the State Department on how you get certain type of visas, and she explained to the audience what he used to get here and the trickery.
Yeah.
And that's what kills me.
He's going to get exposed at a certain point. Because,
but,
Trump is listening to this show. He listens to it, and I'm pretty sure ICE needs to meet their quota. And Asler, in my opinion, he fits the description, right?
Exactly. And Trump destroying the White House. First he took away the Rose Garden and he levels it out and put just concrete slabs so people could. None of us will ever be able to. What was wrong with having the folding chairs in the Rose Garden and the president making his announcements from there? It's been done for 240 years, right?
Yeah.
However long, excuse me, I'm an American, so some of my history I'm a little, back on. But be that as it may, 44 other presidents, or 45 other presidents, because he's 45 and 47.
Yeah.
45 other presidents, they did it that way. It's tradition.
Yeah.
But he wants to wreck the Rose Garden. Then he wants to tear down part of the White House to build a ballroom. And like Angie said, we have veterans out here that are homeless. We have homeless people. We have people that need to be fed.
Yeah.
He's doing farmers. He just to hell with the American farmers. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
To hell with the American farmers. Why are we buying beef from Argentina?
Yeah.
No country is buying our soybeans thanks to Trump. China was the number one soybean purchaser of the buying United States soybeans.
Yeah.
Now they've gone to, what is it? Argentina, Venezuela, I forget which one. So our soybean farmers are out. Our beef farmers are out. It's nothing beautiful about this. And like I said, this big, beautiful bill, they didn't need the Democrats to pass it, so they don't need the Democrats to open the government again.
Exactly.
I'm not going to waste your time, Zeus. I know you have important people to bring up.
Well, listen, you're an important person. Don't worry about that. And listen, thank you for coming up here and once again helping me, honestly, deal with Asler, because he probably was trying to get me to take this conversation somewhere that probably would have got the live taken down. So I appreciate it that you were able to come up here and expose him. W. Kavira. All right, sis.
No problem, Zeus. Hey, you take it easy, little brother, and you have a great
All
day. And you
right.
too, Kingdom.
All right, and Takesha, thank you for sending Kabira here. All right, because Asler's in the comments section. He's totally triggered. Oh, there's Dame right there. I was just talking about Dame right there. Dame, I want you to know you got black women starving in the country right now, and not just black women. There's all different races, but a lot of them are upset that Donald Trump is cutting off resources that they need access to, brother. So I would appreciate it if you just rebrand your platform as I'm a black man that hates black women. All right, if you did that, I would greatly appreciate it, Dame. That way we could deal with you accordingly. And that would mean you actually don't even like your own parents, and that's weird. That's weird to me, Dame. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, there he is, right there, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Oh, what a treat today. I get to deal with really injecting truth, so to speak. Hey, good morning, bro.
Morning, man.
Yeah, did you hear all of the stuff that I covered earlier, or is this you just popping in?
Yeah, I just came in.
Oh,
I'm only really attracted to good energy. I saw Miss Kabira up here, so I definitely joined. She's one of the only common sense. Out of all these 1,000 people, 2,000, she's literally probably the only zoo supporter with common sense in here and having VIP.
Let me
the
ask
rest
you
of these TDSers are. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me play this clip for you, and I want your honest reaction.
Straight up like this, I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want, motherfuckers start looting, what's gonna happen? Before my kids go broke this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card, as soon as that bitch say, ain't no pin to balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard, you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I'm going to walk out that store. And please follow me to that motherfucking car if you feeling motherfucking froggy, bitch. You ain't going to make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you. You want to take some link?
I'm going to stop that.
Zeus, that's just that's ignorant. That's ignorant, Zeus. That's ignorant, bro.
No, let me explain, Dame.
Oh my God.
Let me explain. When a person is hungry, are they thinking and acting right?
Zeus,
Dame. Let's be honest.
Zeus, I get that.
Dame.
On a serious note, let's be serious.
No, Dame. This is serious.
Please don't bring none of them other people up, Zeus, bro. I just want to talk to you. Go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. So I laid it out. He's giving money to immigrant countries like Argentina. He's trying to get $40 billion, right? This is what Trump has done. He's telling folks don't take the Tylenol, right? He's giving out bad medical advice. There's increase in measles and rubella cases going on in the country. The government being shut down has led to folks not getting their paychecks. You now understand that SNAP benefits are going to impact 43 million Americans. Do you get that there's a spirit of desperation out there right now? I mean, it was already there, right? Because you've been on black people for a long time, all right? There's a spirit of desperation out there. And when people are desperate, I will agree with you. Crime does go up. That's not a difficult thing to understand, right? So we agree on that, right?
You said during what crime goes up?
I said when people are desperate.
Crime goes up.
Yes.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is it you want to say about this?
Where's your data? Where's your data for that? I just want to know. I'm not going to try to debunk you.
Well, we can.
But I just want to know where'd you get that data.
We know poverty leads to crime, Dame. Let's just go ahead and say that. And there's a lot of studies that support.
Okay, so do poor Indians, Africans, and all that? A lot of them, they come here. They're poor, right? Immigrants.
You could go to India. Look, hold on. You could go to Africa.
Wait, stop. Hold on. Just let me ask you. The immigrants that come here, we would agree that, they're not rich. So you're saying they resort to crime? Because if that's the case, they're in poverty. They're freaking asylums. So you're saying immigrants do commit crimes? Because they come here and they're poor.
Okay, so.
And they're desperate.
Hold on. If you go to India, there's probably crime being committed. Actually, I know there's crime. If you go to Africa, there's crime being committed, bro. And a lot of it's tied directly to poverty. So you're only trying to basically say the ones that come here who might not necessarily be impoverished at that level, you're trying to speak on them. And what I don't want to do is mix that up. I just want to make sure you and I understand that there's a direct link between poverty and crime. If I don't got it and you got it, guess what's going to end up happening, Dame?
You're going to try to take it.
Yeah, and that's not a difficult thing for you to understand. So what?
That's
is
how
it you,
that's how. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you. Go
So
ahead.
what is it you wanted to say about that sister that's in desperation mode right now?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
curious.
man. I was like the dependency on food stamps, and you. How dare you come and say you're gonna steal because you can't get something free? Man, that is a toxic mindset. Now, if somebody said, if the government said, yeah, I'm about to freeze everybody bank accounts for 24 hours, for 48 hours, then yes, I'm with you. Man, I'm going in Walmart and I'm taking everything. I'm taking the beefsteak, the Kobe, I'm taking all that. But just because the government 1 month might not give you something, you're gonna crash out and say, I'm a steal? Man, I'm not, I don't support that, man. And if you do, I pray for you and your children. Not you, Zeus, but because I know you smart enough. But that's very, very ignorant, bro. That was hard. That was a hard listen for real. That was a hard listen, and that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's the proper, that's what they want. That's how they want this country to look at us. Loud. We're gonna steal if you don't give us our EBT. Man, that's the most ignorant stuff I ever heard. And I don't care. Like, that was ignorant, bro. And you know deep in your heart, Zeus, that was ignorant and not right. That's beyond dependency on the government, bro.
Let me play this for you.
In this hotel room, they have food every day. And I'm knocking on the door every day to eat. And they open the door. Let me see the party. Let me see like them throwing salami off.
Oh, wait.
We hungry.
I'm playing Tupac for this brother. I'm playing Tupac.
I know that.
And now you agree with what Tupac is saying.
No, Tupac not saying I need the government. I'm hungry. No.
Listen, let him say what he's about to say.
Every day to eat. And they open the door. Let me see the party. Let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around. They're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reach your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. Yeah. We was asking with the Panthers. Yeah. We was asking with them, you know, the civil rights movement. Yeah. We was asking. Yeah. You know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. Yeah. So now what do you think we're going to do?
Boom, right there, Dane.
Yeah, so I need everybody. Hold on, let me just make one response. WU for that clip. WU for that clip. Okay. I just want to say one thing to everybody in there that's saying WPAC. Is it still WPAC when WPAC saying they tell me it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own people doing all the killing here? Y'all WPAC with that too?
Yeah.
For that one line.
Yeah, Dame.
Okay,
yeah,
then.
it's all Dame.
Dame. Respect me, because that's my whole thing.
Dame, time out. Are you going against
WPAC?
Are you going against Tupac on my show, bro?
That's it. WPAC.
So, but when you asked that question, did you think I was going to say, "Oh no"?
A lot of people will do.
Oh,
a lot of people.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say though? Because see,
I say that's the epitome of what we need. Exactly. And just like he also said in my letter to the president, these ninjas unaliving in the hood, send more troops.
Dame,
play the song, Zeus. He said send more troops.
No. He was talking about criminals, not necessarily black people. And I want to make sure I get you back.
That's what I'm talking about, Zeus. Yeah,
no. I want to bring you back to that sister that I played the clip for. Do you now understand that we have a problem in this country right now? No one's protecting our black women. And I totally can understand the desperation in her voice. And I would actually go as far as to say, hey, man, please don't commit any crimes. Honestly, because I don't want more things to happen to you that are bad and harmful to you and your family. I would actually go on record and say that. And if I could, in a way, try to help her, Dane. But I would be outside of myself if I didn't understand the energy that she's actually bringing at this moment. And understand she needs help, and I can support her in whatever way I can. And I don't think we should demonize her. Donald Trump is, in the story Pac told, he's in the house throwing salami around. You see this ballroom? How do you expect us to operate out here when we know, like Pac just described, we've been asking for years. Now, no fault of our own, this man is cutting our water off. And then you got Dame up here saying, "Oh, that's ignorant." Wow, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
I didn't know.
Cutting your water off.
Yeah, Trump's cutting their water off. She literally said Trump is not giving the food stamps.
No, shut the government down, bro.
Okay, and I'm glad you thought that. So Chuck Schumer is more powerful than Donald Trump.
That's crazy that you say Donald Trump is the cause for food stamps leaving, bro. You are too like
Dame. Wow. She said it.
Yeah, because she's got TDS because of people like you, Zeus.
No, she got a letter
from the U.S. Got your show.
Dame, she got a letter from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and she said it don't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. She's in her mind saying Donald Trump shutting the government down, but she got smoke for the Democrats too. At the end of the day, Dame, she understands what's up. She's not ignorant into the point where she thinks Chuck Schumer is running the country. Donald Trump, since the government is shut down, Dame, look at this. He's building a ballroom. He's paying military people. You know that? He's found ways to get the people he actually cares about money during the government shutdown. Did you know that, Dame? Dame, did you know that?
Do we have black people? Do we have black people in the army? So that means he found a way to pay black people as well as everybody else, right?
Dame. Just
some black people didn't get paid, Zeus. That's what you about to say?
Oh, we already know.
Oh my God!
I seen a video. An air traffic controller, a member of the air traffic, a person who works as an air traffic controller is having to work for Uber since he's not getting paid. And this was on national television, and it was a brother, Dame. And so what I'll say is this, Dame. I'm listening to you, and I just don't see that you are genuinely concerned about helping black people in any way, shape, or form. And I knew when I played that clip, you were going to demonize this sister who's clearly out in here in distress.
Well, if you don't demonize that, Zeus, me and you, I guess besides religiously, we don't like moral-wise. And if you think that's okay to have to send this message, the same people that we say claim are oppressive over us, hate us, don't want us here, want to send us back. If you want to support the logic that that same quote unquote hateful people doesn't want to give me government assistance anymore, isn't that why are you surprised?
Okay.
If you know that they oppress you, if you know that they don't like you, why would you not have my point is, why would you that message sends to other people, I should be mad that I'm not getting this anymore. I am like privileged to this. That's not a privilege, it's a benefit. They're called benefits, Zeus.
So Elon gets money from the Department of Energy.
Here we go.
No, Dame. I let you say it. So what that sends to a person that's looking at it is, well, what's the difference between Elon and me? And a lot of times it could easily just be interpreted as, oh, that's another white guy getting money from the government. And I read stories about farmers who may be getting bailed out. And so what you're seeing is a pattern of certain groups of people getting government assistance and not being demonized. And then there are certain groups of people who get government assistance and then they get demonized. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, classic right-wing racism when every time you're talking about giving hold on, Dame. You're talking about giving a black woman a couple of $100 to take care of her family. And Dame is literally outside of himself, unglued about that woman getting that couple $100, but no smoke for Elon. No smoke for the other people that are getting bailed out. No smoke for Argentina. No smoke for Trump. No smoke for Trump bailing out Argentina. He's literally giving immigrants from another country $40 billion. Dame, no smoke. I'm like, what happened to your smoke factory? It don't work with him.
You're misunderstanding, man.
Okay.
I'm just
okay. So clear it up then. Where am I not seeing it?
I want, not like, because at first, just let me say, like, are black people just like, are we just losing ours, or is this whole country as a whole losing their benefits?
Dame.
Because I don't like it to be like, I don't like it to be framed like I support something that's aimed directly at us. So I have to be careful that I'm not like, I'm having a genuine debate. Because if something is like the 300,000 black women losing their jobs, I guarantee you nobody in your chat could give me a source where I could find that at right now. And we've been hearing that for 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
So this is what I like to. This is I mean I don't want to have a
So
disingenuous debate. Everybody's are at risk of not having November's benefits, not just black people.
that's why I said don't just let this one story confuse you with what's really going on. This is going to impact 43 million Americans. And
Yeah, and I
then
don't want that to happen, bro. I said
okay,
that in my life. I said that.
So I want you to understand the stress that a lot of Americans are under. Maybe your issue is we black people could be very honest and vocal about it in a way that maybe it doesn't land well for where you want it to be, but it is what it is. All right. When you're talking about cutting off people's, and I say cutting off their water because water, you need that to live. That's why I say it that way. All right. But you're literally watching Americans wonder whether or not their medical insurance is going to be there come the end of the year. You're watching, hold on, you're watching jobs being cut. All right. And this does disproportionately impact black people, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. A lot of the harm that happens in the country, when it happens, black people get harmed the most. And you understand that happened with C-19. That happens with every other depression, recession. It happens. And that's the story that tends to get untold. Sort of like Brenda's got a baby, right? And so now we're at a moment now where you're literally cutting off food. And then you're also watching the president say, and we're sending Argentina $40 billion.
How the Democrats voted to shut the government down, man.
Did the
Democrats to shut the government down? Literally, the Democrats are like holding this from a political, like they're making this political. They can open the government today.
Dame, I want to say this. Okay, let's just go down the path and say that's correct. Why is Trump sending other countries money though?
I don't agree with him sending Argentina.
Why? Hold on. Okay, why is he firing federal employees?
Because it worked for other modern countries like this. Look up Sweden. Sweden in the 90s, they were in a terrible deficit, just like us, Zeus. And guess what they did? They cut half of their country's social services. And guess what? Hold on, Zeus. And guess what? I just want to educate your people with some real information. And look it up. They cut half of their social programs, Zeus, identical to what we're going through right now. They cut even more. We didn't cut 50%. They cut half of their social programs. And then guess what, Zeus? In 10 years, they were at a surplus and they were able to have a stronger welfare program. So did they go through a drought? Probably. But guess what? Look up what happened after they recouped.
So
they were in a surplus and all of their social programs were like 10 times stronger, bro.
So, Dame, and I love how you were able to go and take me to Sweden, but I don't want us to make America Sweden. So I'm rejecting your deposit, number one. Number two, again, how does the story you just told solve the immediate problem right now where people are wondering how they're going to actually be able to feed themselves and their family? It doesn't. And this is the Dame, it doesn't. And this is what I'm trying to help you see. And I know you don't care, but I'm going to say it because the audience needs to hear it.
Anyway. I do care, man.
Words mean nothing. Talk is cheap. We want to see action. And you know what my mom used to say to me? Actions speak louder than words, right? And Donald Trump and the Republicans' actions since this government shutdown has shown everybody that they don't care about the United States of America in terms of just regular Americans. All right. And the woman that I played for you, in all of the way she said what she said, one thing stood out to me. She had enough awareness to understand that Donald Trump isn't helping her out. She had enough awareness, even though she might have felt the way she does about the Democrats and she knows that I'm listening and I'm hearing Donald Trump do all these other things. And an example of this is the ballroom. Example of this could be the Rose Garden and what he's doing. The example of this is the $17 trillion he keeps talking about bringing in. And the example of this is all these farmers getting bailed out. But she has enough awareness to understand he's not going above and beyond to break any laws to help her. He's doing it for everybody else, but he won't do it for her. You see what I'm saying, Dame? And this goes back to what Pop was saying. We're past asking.
I feel you, man.
We are way past asking Donald Trump and the young Republicans, and I didn't even want to bring them in, but you know who they are, right?
Yeah.
The young Republicans who were spewing racism, spewing anti-Semitic rhetoric, misogynist, just disgusting, vile. That J.D. Vance is running around here saying they're just children, even though these folks are grown men. We're way past asking them. So when you see or hear a young woman out here in distress, Brother Dame, I really do hope your humanity kicks in and recognizes that. Don't look at her in the moment that she's in that moment. Understand how she got there. Fair enough?
I feel you. She has the right as an American to be disappointed with the president. She has the right.
And again, when people are in distress, all right, don't look at it and go, "Oh, you're just doing something illegal."
No, Zeus.
She clearly
this. Before I go, am I wrong? Am I wrong for? Am I really like a serious question? Like I know I be playing, but serious question. Am I wrong for wanting my people to have a plan B, C, and D just in case something ever happened?
No.
Like I think we need to I'm coming from a standpoint of we need to learn how if something happens like this. See, there's a certain amount of people in this country that if that happens, they know how to hunt, unalive food, clean it, fish. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like they shouldn't have that much of impact on our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Them threatening to take away your food, you should be able to laugh at that. Am I wrong for saying right that's there. Not all right?
You're wrong because you're assuming everybody can do what you believe they should be able to do. A lot of people aren't capable for a variety of reasons. If you open up your mind and understand there's a dynamic of people, there's a diverse group of individuals in this country that for one reason or another may be relying on these benefits. And this one size fits all approach to me is a problem because you got to understand, in order to get to a place where we're at now, where people can get those benefits, a lot of policy had to get passed. A lot of people had to vote in various parts of the world to get those benefits. And then to be in a space like this where those benefits are no longer available at no fault of the people who've been getting them, that's a huge issue. You can't ask people to literally figure it all out, at the drop of a dime. If they are entitled to the benefits, they should get those benefits. And if they're not getting those benefits, I would expect you to be talking to your elected officials on your side and saying, "Yeah, better open up this government because we don't need more Brenda got a baby stories out here."
Yeah, I've been communicating with Wesley Hunt. That's who's in Houston, Texas. Yeah, that's who, and he's been doing a really good job actually. And he's a black man.
Well, what you got to do though is not do that in the dark. You also got to use your platform, and you got to stop, supporting Donald Trump, because at the end of the day, this is why we are here. As long as he gets you to get out here and bash the Democrats, he's okay. Because you're just playing right into what he wants to keep going on. Don't look at me and don't question me in terms of why I won't break the law to get these people that need benefits the help they need. Don't look at me. Look at the Democrats. Look at Chuck Schumer. And look at my AI pictures playing in people's faces. You just heard Tupac, and I played it for you. He just said, "We're past asking." A lot of us are.
So what's the plan?
Huh?
What's the plan? You say you're tired of asking, so what's the plan?
The plan is to make Donald Trump do his job or get out of the office. It's one or the other, bro. It's not that difficult when you really sit back and think about it. But for you, the immediate thing is to get out of the cult. All right?
So you think, all right,
huh?
All right.
Yeah.
I think, all right, no, go ahead. You think I'm in the cult. Go ahead.
Well, I believe that because when I listen to you, and I peep what you're saying sometimes, and you might be playing here and there, but I genuinely believe that you don't maybe understand how one thing over here is connected to something else over here. You don't seem to connect those dots very well. And so, and I played that clip to get a test of you. When I played that clip, I was actually testing you, and I said, now if he falls for the bait, he's going to listen to this woman and he's going to have a problem with her because he's not going to understand the humanity, all right, about behind the scene. You're looking at something and then you're going, "Oh, that's wrong," without understanding how it got there, right?
No, I understand. I understood the context of it.
Well, you did initially, but you were calling her ignorant.
I didn't call her ignorant. I said that messaging, that's ignorant. I never said she ignorant. Yeah. I said that's ignorant as hell. And I stand on that. No. I don't want us to be broadcasted Like why? If we can't make the argument that white people want benefits more than us. If the second that they goddamn threaten to take them away, or it might not come, who's viral? She's the one that's viral. Messaging and optics is everything, man. And to me, that shit is more important than all of this. You could call me whatever. As long as you don't put your hands on me.
You're cursing again, and I gotta keep that clean. See, there you go.
Oh, my bad.
Cursing.
I didn't even realize I cursed.
Now, who's
my bad,
really
Mama.
being
My bad,
ignorant?
Mama Zeus.
Yeah, now who's being ignorant, right? See how quickly
sorry.
the devil played you? See how quick the devil jumped right into you? The same devil bothering her, bothering you, Dame. And you see, that's the problem. You're so quick to judge somebody instead of sitting back and just understanding, like, wow, how is the person that I'm doing this causing this? Yeah, she never said that when Joe Biden was in office. All right, brother? And that's the point I'm trying to make. Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris would have never let this happen. It would have never happened if they were the president. And you know that. Everyone knows that, all right? And so let that sink in, all right?
All right, I'll let you get that.
And I gotta move. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dame.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna let Dame live. I'm gonna let him live. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you, Zeus, man. Good talking to you, man. I'll see you later.
All right, later. I gotta let Dame live, ladies and gentlemen. That was just, to me, that was some black on black crime, and you saw how I got down. Lord have mercy. This stuff is getting exhausting, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff is getting exhausting. All righty then. All right. We're gonna round the corner. Woo! Well, good morning, Takesha. How you doing?
Hey, Zeus, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Let me clear something up right quick before we get started.
Okay.
I play a lot on this app, especially with Zeus, and I don't want nobody to think that I got the hots for Zeus, because I don't. Me and Zeus are brother and sister. So if I play around,
thank you, Takesha.
If I play around and say, we together and all that, it's a joke.
Thank you.
Because I know how the internet will run with stuff.
Yeah.
So I just want to clear that up. There's nothing going on between me and Zeus.
Tell him. Yeah. Because Zeus doesn't date on TikTok. And everyone
correct.
knows
And Kiki don't either.
Yeah.
So listen, Zeus. What I want people to do when it comes to government assistance and food, when it comes to food stamps in particular, I want people to stop thinking that only people who do not work get food stamps. There are people that work a full-time job that still are eligible for food stamps. So don't look at it as them getting something free. Because if I'm not mistaken, taxes are taken out of your check to afford these programs that you're benefiting from. So everybody that get food stamps, most of them are paying into the system that they're getting these stamps from. So basically what they're doing is paying themselves back for what they already have paid for.
Yeah.
So stop doing that. People are not.
You're saying there's a misunderstanding.
There's a misunderstanding, Zeus. Stop thinking people just sitting around collecting stamps who do not work. Because there are a lot of people that work that pay into these programs that they're getting this help from.
Bingo.
Now, let me address, we're going to just drop the lure. And we're going to call him an ass. You asked Asler, what is Trump doing so impressive, basically?
Yeah.
He said Argentina. And where is he from?
Venezuela.
And he's building a ballroom. So, he wants to make it beautiful. Trump want to make the White House, beautiful. You got to destroy some in order to build it better.
Yeah.
What did he name that was going to help the American people?
Nothing.
He talking about Argentina, which is not going to help us. He talking about Venezuela, which is not helping us. And he talking about a ballroom that none of us will ever get a chance to even wipe the floor in.
Yeah.
That's not America first. That's not helping America. And the compassion that Donald Trump showed when he was talking about Argentina, how they struggling, how they need money. And you got farmers over here who are struggling. You talking about buying some beef from Argentina? But at this point, Zeus, I don't feel sorry for the farmers, and I'm going to tell you why.
Go ahead.
Trump screwed them his first term. And then you found it in your heart to vote for the same man that screwed you the last time, and you thought he was going to do you better this time. Screw the farmers.
Wow.
That letter that them folks wrote him, you were still giving him praise, and he over here destroying your life.
Wow.
What is it going to take for these people to wake up and realize that, like I said before, we are Trump's retribution?
Bingo.
He doesn't care anything about America. He's going to destroy us from the top down.
Amen. She's not lying.
He's not going to do anything good for us, period. He said everything was great. Now all of a sudden, our prices are going down, but beef, that's not what you said. Now because beef has been shown in your face that it's out of control, now all of a sudden everything going down but beef.
Yeah.
Stop it, Donald Trump. Trump can't tell you what a carton of eggs costs. Trump can't tell you what a jug of milk costs. Trump can't tell you what a stick of butter costs. Because Trump ain't never had to go in the grocery store and grocery shop for himself. He ain't never had to look at his grocery bill. He ain't never had to budget before he got there. He ain't never had to use a calculator in the store because he's always had more than enough.
Amen.
And for y'all to be simping and sucking for a man who don't care if you survive or not because him and his family gonna be good, that makes me mad.
Thank you. Me too. Me too. W to Keisha. And the Bible says you could be angry, but sin not, huh?
I'm not gonna even address Dame. But let me say one thing Dame did that hurt my feelings.
Okay.
When I was having a discussion with Dame, when I said that all neighborhoods, regardless of whether they're black or white, I care about, Dame said to me, I'm only concerned about my community. But when you brought up the fact that the black people were going to be losing their stamps, Dame said, well, Zeus, black people aren't the only ones that's going to be losing it. Pick your side, Dame. Either you all for the blacks or you all for everybody. You can't change who you for when the subject changes. I'm done, Zeus. Have a great day.
All right. That was actually a good one. Thank you, Takesha. That was good. Yeah, that's true. Plant your flag where you stand and stop trying to confuse us. All right, let's go ahead and try to get through and get some more voices up here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Brother Val. How are you doing? Yes.
Oh, Takesha.
Yeah, she did good, didn't she?
Yeah, Dane lied too. So
there's some information that he got wrong, perhaps, or actual lie.
Well, he said he was going to educate us on Sweden. Dane lied.
Get out of here.
So first off, Dane, in 1990, when the collapse of Sweden happened with their economic thing and they lowered their taxes and stuff like that, you need to tell the whole story, sir. Okay? Because their effective tax rate was low, just like ours is now. In other words, they were letting corporations and the wealthy take advantage and trying to put the burden on the normal everyday people, right. Just like what's happening to us right now. Mm-hmm. Dane, so in 2018, we fell from a 14.8% effective tax rate for corporations down to a 9% effective tax rate for corporations due to the TCJA. Oh. Okay. That is now going to go lower again. Right now, we're setting at a 12.4 effective tax rate that we're actually getting from corporations right now. And that is going to drop once the effect of the big, beautiful bill takes place. Okay. And that's going to drop again. Now, Dane, when you talked about Sweden, you need to understand that what Sweden did is take away their giveaways for the corporations. That was one of the first things they did. Their effective tax rate today, Dane, is 20.6%. Okay, from their corporations, Dane.
Wow. So they learned their lesson.
Yeah. This is a country that, because they fixed the effective tax rate from corporations and the wealthy in their country, what they did is they now have free healthcare. They now have free college. They now, you know what I'm saying? They have all the nice, cute little things. Dane, that matter of fact, they're considered to have more in their country than any other developed country in the world. Okay, so when you talk about Sweden, Dane, keep in mind you might want to tell the whole story, because this is the story we're actually fighting against. Is letting government take care of the wealthy while not taking care of its citizenry.
Bingo.
This is what we're fighting, sir, and this is why People like me are upset with people like you that skew these stories, Dane. Now, because they've done this in a gradual from the 1990s, from a 25% effective tax rate all the way, they've been able to lower their effective tax rate because they figured out they could actually lower it to actually maintain government and maintain balance in their society. So this year, they're going to go from a 20.6 effective tax rate down to a 20% effective tax rate and still be able to offer all their citizenry everything they need. This is what we are talking about, Dane.
W, Val. And there's a comment while you're saying that. Angus is saying to you, nothing is free. Did you want to weigh in on that? Because Angus seems to struggle with understanding that, yeah, we agree nothing is free. All right. But at the end of the day, he's getting a lot of benefits from the government. He might not even realize it. Mr. Angus or Mrs. Angus, I don't know what you are.
I don't care what you call yourself. Here's the thing. At 9%, which will probably drop back down there again or possibly even lower based on the big, beautiful bill and what it's going to do to the tax rates for corporations and the wealthy, what's going to actually happen, sir, is we're going to go into more debt. Okay? These are the things that have been happening in this country for over 4 decades now that we've been fighting ever since we got rid of basically the tax plan and the New Deal from FDR. This is what's been happening in this country. So when you keep doing this, sir, we are going to fail. And if somebody to say we are not going to get something for free, when the citizenry of this country is paying 24 to 30% tax rates, okay, and the corporations are giving 9%. No, over, done. That is what we are fighting against. That is what needs to change. We need to put the American middle class back on the pedestal. You want to build industry in this country? Put the American middle class back on the pedestal.
I just got one quick question, Val. You said Dane lied. What particular did they? Only statement I made was a part of the reformation that they made was half of their social programs was cut. What that's
No,
all I
they did
said.
not
Where
cut
did
half
I
their
lie?
social programs. That was also untrue.
Okay. All right. So I'm reading right now. It says Sweden significantly.
Hold on.
And
Here,
I
I'll
can't
read it
read.
for you.
I can't read. You always
Hold
cut me
on,
off.
hold
Just
on.
let me
I'll
read
read
it.
it for you, sir.
Hold up. No. You debunked my education.
Hold on. You made
So
the
no.
statement.
See,
I will
and this
read
is
what he says. It
this
says
is
no.
why you was on
Sweden.
the
Hold on,
panel with
sir.
Roseanne,
Sir.
bro. Because
No, Sweden has
bro,
not cut half of its
this
social
is why
programs.
you were on a
The
panel with
idea,
Roseanne.
the idea
You
that
got
Sweden dramatically reduced its welfare state is
See,
significant
this is why Zeus,
exaggeration.
you was on a panel with Roseanne. Because
Hold on,
this
hold
is
on.
extreme level TDS.
No,
He won't even let me read the fact. He don't want the people to see. All I'm trying to
Well, hold on,
read
sir.
it,
Here,
Dave.
hold on,
Read
hold on.
it. I want to read it.
Sweden.
You want people to see?
It says
You want people
Sweden.
to see? Hold on.
It
Here you go.
says Sweden.
People to see?
Significantly
You want
cut
people to see?
social services.
You want people to see? Hold on. I want people to see. I got it right here. I'll actually pull it up.
Bro, you said I lied. What did I
No,
lie
Sweden
about?
has not cut half of its social programs. The idea that
No,
Sweden
bro, in the
dramatically
90s,
reduced its
in the
welfare state
90s.
is a significant exaggeration.
Oh, so I see that now, Dame. Please read yours. I want to.
Okay. It says Sweden significantly cut social services in the 1990s in response to a severe economic crisis that led to a massive budget deficit. The crisis was characterized by a deep recession, rising unemployment, and a ballooning deficit. What does that sound like, Zeus? Which formed the government to implement austerity measures, including cuts to various social programs.
I don't think Val's lying.
Hold on. Including cuts to various social programs, Zeus, and also increased user fees in areas like healthcare. This period also saw the beginning of privatization and market orientation of welfare services. So where the hell did I lie at, bro?
Right there, sir. First off, you said they cut it in half. That's a lie.
How much did they cut it, Val?
It looks like by everything that I'm reading right now, by about 10%.
Oh my God. This is a bro.
Okay. Everything I'm reading right now says about 10%.
And that's fair, Dame. That's. We're not saying there may not have been cuts, but I think we got to be accurate when we're.
But they rebuilt it. But sir, the reason they cut
Everybody
them
in the
is because
chat,
they were
please
going
look it
into
up
deficit
yourself,
and
man.
debt The reason they cut it is because they were going into deficit and debt because they were not taxing the wealthy and corporations.
My point is, bro, even though
Oh,
you
no,
want to
no,
like,
no.
you
Your
want, I know
point
you want
is
to
not to tell
mislead
the
these.
whole story.
All right, well, you want to mislead these people because you want them to
Oh, I'm
vote them
misleading
that
them?
bad. Listen,
Dave, now I
go ahead.
gotta hurry up and let Val finish. But thank you, Dame. All right, I'm gonna let Val finish, and then I gotta get him out of here.
And I just want, and my last statement is the reason they came out of that, chat, it took them a while, but after they came out, they were in a deficit and then they had a surplus. And that's the story that's Val telling
How
you.
did they build the
Val
surplus,
is
Dame?
telling you the good
How
part of
did
it.
they
Val
build
is
the
telling you,
surplus, Dame?
Val is telling you what
Dame,
happened
one last
after they got a
question.
surplus.
Val
All right,
asked the question: how did they build the surplus?
How did they build the surplus, Dame?
From cut, I'm telling you, from privatizing freaking welfare and market orientation.
No,
I just
sir.
read it to you. They cut
They
hella
actually
benefits.
started taxing the corporations
And they taxed
the
healthcare,
wealthy.
Val. They taxed healthcare, Val. The same thing people are crying about right now. They taxed healthcare. Bro, people like you are dangerous because you.
Hey, Dame. W Val, W Dame. All right, they trying to get it out as quick as they can, but Big Zeus can't be up here all morning. All right, wow. And we got to the bottom of that. All right, thank you, Val. W Val in the chat. Wow.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I have all this pulled up. I could show everything that
Yeah.
you know, and you know, and to sit there and try to skew after I just read to him what it said.
Yeah.
It's about 10% that they cut their services. They had to because they were not taxing the wealthy.
Yeah.
They were creating debt. They figured out how to get rid of that debt by making a tax system that doesn't let corporations off the hook.
Yeah.
You may want to look up what an effective tax rate actually is,
Bingo.
Dane.
Bingo. W Val. Wow. Listen, brother, I appreciate you. But as always, we gotta cook and book, and and Dame, don't try to make America Sweden. All right, I think that's the lesson there, right? I mean, we want America to be America, and we want Donald Trump to prove to us it's America first. So if I hear you using excuses for Trump, right, it's the Democrats, or now it's Sweden, or it's Argentina, then we're already in a different situation. I don't want to hear those excuses. I want to hear what Donald Trump's original thoughts are to solve these problems that he's been complaining about. All right.
Thank you, everyone. I did actually come up to talk about the meat. I wanted to talk about the meat producers today because you brought that up. That came up earlier.
We'll do. Can you do it in 2 minutes? We can do 2 minutes.
Yeah, I can do quick 2 minutes. People need to understand that the meat industry and this problem's a little over a decade old problem, but Trump made it worse back in his first term. We're allowing monopolies to run this country right now when it comes to the meat industry. Right now, there is 4 companies that actually run the meat industry in this country, and they went away when I was looking for other stuff. But the thing is, these 4 meat companies are controlling how we produce meat, which is putting farmers out of business. This needs to end. We need to end the monopolies, and regulations need to be put on these people so we can actually let the farmers and ranchers do what they're supposed to do. As long as this monopoly keeps up, we are never going to get out of this situation.
Bingo. And you did it. Thank you, Val. All right, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend, Brother Val, taking care of some very important, serious business. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, listen up. That concludes this morning's show. Big Zeus has to get up out of here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Very good discussions, at least. And I hope they've learned their lesson about coming in here and trying to spread hate and not love. All right, I want to give all of you in the audience a huge round of applause. Once again, this show is definitely entertaining, educational, and very, very engaging. I appreciate it. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame. And this goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there and those of you who are still supporting Donald Trump, even though he's the most corrupt, evil person that's ever been in the White House. God's judgment is truly upon you, and your sins will find you out. All right. So don't try to be something you're really not, because perpetrators and frauds will be exposed. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
On that note, ladies ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. I'll be back tomorrow doing God's work. We are out of here.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected with some power. Pull some strings. And level up like a king. Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Rizzler energy, presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, hitting real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No skibidi, I'm the go for sharper than a blade. 4 attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no mid, got the game in a choke. Eating the doubt, now my legacy hitting disky spoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up with the blueprint, watch the empire grow. Ghosted all the fakes, now my circle A1. Moving 100, yeah, this race is already won. Bet I'm dripping, got the power, vision crystal clear. Stick with ambition, yeah, making history right here. Ops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Skirt past the hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slack with the plan, moving chestnut checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on the necklace. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we live here. 4 on 1,000, 100, 1605. Presidential, we found it. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game presidential, got the nation in a lock. Got the Amex, yeah, 100, Novaside, drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. Bet I'm calling shots, got the vision, HD clear. Slap with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. I stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Captain legacy, breaks every bar's a new crown. Trap soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, view from the east wing. Prime presidential, residential, got the poles in the prime. No cap, I'm the vibe, turn the calm in the storm. Got the globe, dropping bombs like I'm reading out a song. Trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Moving through the air, got the city in my grip. Yeah, hitting real potent, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in the trance. Drip too wavy, yeah, make you wanna dance. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gonna never stop. No cap, we live, yeah. Flow on 1,000, 100, 1605. Presidential, we